So we got the first one right here. We're gonna start it off just like that.
Number one.
Orange Cassidy. What are your thoughts on that by Guy Slowinski? Shout out to Guy Slowinski. Y'all follow him.
I can't read his name, but I'll give it to you. That was probably pretty accurate. This picture, man, I like this. First of all, the background is fire. I like the background. Simple yet elegant.
Relevant. Very relevant to the character. Do some orange slices in the back.
Color contrast, dope. It pops. And I like the cartoony aspect. It's still, obviously, you know who it is, but yet it still looks a little cartoony at the same time. I fuck with that.
Yeah, I wonder how is he doing that? Like, because if you look at the lines, I don't want to say, I mean, did he draw that on a computer? Do you think he drew that on, we got to ask Guy Slowinski. Did he draw that on a computer?
Ask him.
The lines are so perfect. So shout out to perfect lines.
It looked computer done, but you don't know. Maybe he drew it first, then he just edited it on the computer to make it perfect. But
there it is.
Hey,
see it right here. One of the hashtags says digital art. I haven't gotten into digital art, but art is art. You know what I'm saying? So shit's fire.
It's hard, man. It's hard to get those dimensions right and the measurements and etc. to get it to look how you want it. That's not easy.
Yeah. So Orange Cassidy fight for the fallen. He comes back and he enters ringside while Jericho's giving his speech on TV ratings. What did you think about Orange Cassidy's appearance? Fight for the fallen. He popped up and he did what he did.
I like the fact that he's a real chill guy, but now he's starting to go hard. What? Let's go, Orange. I mean, I talk about Sasha Banks anytime, so yeah, we good with this one.
Shout out Sasha Banks, but just keeping it all the way relevant. Sasha Banks and Bayley, they have been dominating the women's division tag teams. We got Bayley, belt straps, 2 belts. Banks now. Well, I don't know. She just took the belt.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a total. They have like a total of 4 or 5 belts. They got one for the dog now. Like they just got enough belts to just hand out to just whoever's around them. Like
somebody got to wear that shit in the group.
So they can't wear them all. Shit. But great job to Sasha Banks and Bayley. They really been holding it down. This is why I brought this up. Shout out to Nolinium for getting that done.
Shout out.
Classic. It's like I sit in the back of the class. I probably got an F in this class. I probably got a D. But I can draw Big Show. I can draw Big Show pretty well. You know what I'm saying?
But he had the color pencils in his bag though. Like, why you have those in English class, dog?
For real though. Hey, shout out to the Big Show. Shout out to Prince, Princer JC14. Make sure y'all follow him. I really like this one, and the reason why I pulled this one out is because the Big Show fought Randy Orton, and I thought that this drawing was pretty accurate.
Relevant, and shout out to the lined paper you drew it on, dog. Nice job.
You can't go wrong with lined paper because lined paper actually helps with the symmetry of what you're trying to draw.
And I'm so glad you had color pencils in your bag for some random reason during English class.
Shout out to Prince. Shout out to Princer JC14, man. This is a good piece. I don't know how old you are, but this is a good piece.
We're just assuming we're in class, but we'll give you that one.
Yeah. So, Big Show and Randy Orton, we have the legend and the legend killer. Randy Orton trying to end Big Show's career. He's going after Big Show now. AJ Styles was, going after Undertaker's career. Now we got Randy Orton kind of going at Big Show a little bit.
I think Randy Orton and AJ Styles are on 2 completely different levels.
Yeah. I mean, nonetheless, we got younger guys coming in and trying to remove the old talent from the industry. And the older talent, as we've been seeing, is like not trying to go without a fight. And Big Show put up a fight, but Big Show lost last night. Addison Black. I like this. And I also like AJB _ artist. Like he follows us. So shout out to AJB _ the artist. We really do appreciate that that you follow us, and we had to bring this one up, Addison Black. I actually shouted this out a previous time without even being on here because I thought that this was fire. You know what I mean? And Addison Black was on Raw last night, and interrupted Seth Rollins, the eye for eye match. So it's good that Addison Black is, trying to maintain relevance, but I think that he should be a more dominant force in the WWE right now. He kind of reminds me of an AEW wrestler for real, if you ask me. But I feel like he needs to get more nasty. I was having this conversation with WrestleMania UK about this. I think that he definitely needs to get more nasty.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. First of all, shout out AJ, the artist.
Shout out.
I like this because the attention to detail on the tattoos definitely nailed those. Those are nice.
All right.
That's important, and that's cool. He really nailed that. Anyway, Mr. Black, I agree, man. He got to be a little more sinister. You're going to be like a darker dude like that. You got to be a little less, cool. No offense. I like him. But he's a little too nice, in my opinion. He got to be a little darker, a little more ruthless, a little more...
I was actually...
more aggressive,
Yeah, I got you. And to your point, though, I do agree with that. And I honestly think that Aleister Black needs to be facing off against The Fiend. I think that'll help him out tremendously.
Well, I don't think he's ready for all that.
We try and get him as dark as possible. I feel like that's what's going to get him there.
Unless he builds a persona where he could, he's intimidating, but he ain't scary. The Fiend is scary, bro.
I got you. Yeah.
You see or you see Braun Strowman around the corner, you little worried.
Would Aleister Black be cooler if he came out with a guitar or a motorcycle? If we added something to him, would he be a little bit more badass, or is it just coming out like that?
I think the motorcycle has been done too much.
Yeah.
I think definitely do something where it's just dark. The Undertaker come out with the fog and stuff. Give him some kind of cemetery persona.
He might need just a bunch of crows flying out or some shit. All right, so AEW, July 22nd, 2020, on the way, which is tomorrow actually. So I'll probably be posting this video maybe tonight if I get to it, or tomorrow morning if y'all see this. And if y'all see this, give me a like and subscribe and do all the nice things that we need to do to keep wrestling alive. But moving into AEW, July 22nd, 2020, we got a Falls Count Anywhere match. We got the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson versus Butcher and the Blade. Who got J-Bino winning this match? I want to ask you first. I want to see what your thoughts are about this Falls Count Anywhere. Which means that it's going to be anywhere. Because you know how AEW do.
Hell yeah, man. They're going to take it to the back. They're going to take it to the boiler room, old school. You know what I'm saying? I really think they got to do something with the Butcher and the Blade. I think it's time for them to win a match. I think they're due. I think some kind of way they're going to make it happen where maybe they use the environment or something, but they got to win this match. They can't keep losing. They're losing too many matches. They used to be real dominant, and now it just seems like they're dominant, but they're not winning.
Yeah, I think
so.
I think no, you good. You make a great point. I just wanted to piggyback on that. I think what's going on is that a lot of tag teams are getting lost because there's only so much you can do when there's so many tag teams but one title, but then you got two dominant tag teams at the top, but everybody's fighting for dominance, but they all dominant. So eventually what happens though, in chemistry, whatever, you got those forceful compounds all cramped up in one spot fighting to get space, and next thing you know, the shit explodes. So they got to figure that out. Because shit can only, same thing with NWO. If you look back at NWO, a lot of good megastars in one ring doing great things. The audience, it's hard for the audience to decide, but you know what I'm saying? What happens is that when it gets too big, it ends up blowing up. So I think that AEW should really watch that in this case. But going back to the match, it is time for Butcher and the Blade to win. I think that, the Young Bucks, they've already established themselves in the AEW as a dominant tag team. Now, if AEW is all about equality and sharing, whatnot, then it will only make sense that the Butcher and Blade will win this match. Because I would be pissed off if I just came out in all white in a nice fucking truck every time and I just got my ass beat. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? This is it. The TNT Championship Open Challenge. Now look, remember back then when Cody Rhodes said anybody from anywhere could challenge him from the TNT title. That means from any division. That means somebody from WWE come in. That means somebody from maybe a local wrestling ring come in and challenge Cody Rhodes. This could be very surprising stuff on Wednesday.
Yeah, he ain't gonna lose, but we would definitely might be introduced to a great superstar, you know?
Or a former superstar.
Yeah,
Could
that's
it be
true.
Sting? Like, what if it just Sting? Like, you just never fucking know. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying?
Don't.
You never, he could fucking come through, like, and just really be the person. Like, I'd be excited for that. I would be excited if he came through and actually challenged him. I think that would make my whole week as far as wrestling, AEW, and everything if Sting came in. But I'm not banking on that. But
that's not happening. But yo, if I did see Sting walk through that fucking thing, like I'd be like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. But I mean, you got any thoughts on keeping it open like this? Or, you know what I mean? I'm open to
I like the fact that Cody's the one holding it, because they kind of handcuffed him when he said, "Oh well, if I lose Jericho, I'll never challenge for that belt." But you knew he had to get some kind of belt, man.
Right. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Really appreciate it. Tell your friends about the Roman Thing podcast. It's a great place to be. Great environment, great energy, great stuff. Other than that, y'all have a great day. Don't get pinned.